how did your journey in this field of sports medicine actually begin?
I got inspired to do sports medicine was because of
Indian athletes, they come to the Kokilaben Dhirubhai Ambani Center and they come for recovery, rehabilitation. How do you think that the approach there towards sports medicine is different?
we are proud to say that we are one of the first pioneers in having a modern sports medicine setup in India. It's one of the best infrastructures we have at this moment.
Coming to now the ODI match, which is India versus South Africa. So the 2 test matches were now followed by 3 ODIs. There's a बहुत कम time है for recovery. How would you say that when this इतना कम time है, how from your perspective would your approach be towards the recovery then?
For me, recovery is all about basically rest. For me, the biggest recovery component is sleep. The player is at a different adrenaline at that time. When they are playing there inside the field, they cannot feel the pain. I have seen people with fractured hands or fractured toes. I mean, the biggest example is...
You have so much experience in this field. How do you see sports medicine evolve in the future?
I have seen it grow, I have seen it evolve. Today, a lot of them, every physio who passes out wants to be a sports physio. And they want to work with cricket, they want to work with different sportsmen. It's a challenging job.
Who, according to you, is the legend of Indian cricket?
That's, simple.
Hello there everyone, welcome to the 11th episode of Bat Baller Baatein powered by Agami Realty. We often, whenever we're watching cricket matches, we always focus on batting kaun kar raha hai, bowling kaun kar raha hai, wicket kaun le raha hai, ya big shots kaun maar raha hai. But often we also see, physios rushing on the ground. Do we stop and think, chal kya raha hai? What is the athlete actually going through? As cricket fanatics, we love the game and we cheer for the players. But this time you're going to hear another side of stories, what actually an athlete goes through. So in this episode's one-on-one over, I'm going to have a one-on-one conversation with Mr. Vaibhav Daga. He is the head sports physiotherapist at Kokilaben Dhirubhai Ambani Hospital in Mumbai. So hello and welcome to the show.
Thank you, Gaira.
I'm super duper excited to start off. The very first question that I want to ask you is, how did your journey in this field of sports medicine actually begin?
It's a long journey actually. I mean, I started in cricket at Maharashtra Cricket Association in Pune, and then I moved on from there to Mumbai for the zonal academy, the national academy, and then the Indian team, the India A sides, and then the IPL sides. So yeah, but the beginning, how I got inspired to do sports medicine was because of my father, of course. He's an orthopedic surgeon, and of course, I always wanted to do something in medicine and orthopedics. Unfortunately, not as a doctor, but I could do it as a physio then.
Right. Another question that I want to ask you, like many of the top Indian athletes, they come to the Kokilaben Dhirubhai Ambani Center and they come for recovery, rehabilitation. How do you think that the approach there towards sports medicine is different?
Yeah, I mean, we are proud to say that we are one of the first pioneers in having a modern sports medicine setup in India. It's one of the best infrastructures we have at this moment, and we try to update and upgrade the same thing as much as possible.
Right.
And what we do is, when the athlete comes in, it's not only about his injury per se. It's about his injury recovery, his rehabilitation, and that rehabilitation also has to be in such a way that he is robust and is resilient. He doesn't come back injured. So we ensure all those with our modernized functional testing, what we have at the Kokilaben Dhirubhai Ambani Hospital. And so I would say we have everything under one roof. So it's a multidisciplinary team of sports medicine, where we have physiotherapists, sports physiotherapists, we have sport strength and conditioning people, we have sports psychologist who's on call, we have a sports nutritionist, we have a sports biomechanist, and we have a sports massage therapist. So everything under one roof and caters to everything, whatever. And of course, definitely, the biggest support is the sports orthopedic surgeons we have, uh, who are one of the best, and most of the athletes want to come and get operated from them if they have an injury.
Right. So, even you used to play cricket initially, as well as you're a state level swimmer. I think even you would understand that the physical and mental part for any athlete. From your perspective, how do you support an athlete on and off field?
See, yeah, it is. Basically, being a sportsman helps. Being into cricket, I played cricket myself. Understanding the game is easier, and so we could relate. Not from the coaching perspective, but from the physiotherapy or the training perspective, what is required for that game. And for example, I just had one of the IPL bowlers who was rehabbing with me. Now he needed to come back and get back into Ranji Trophy or play and then get
Right.
prepared for IPL. So what kind of exercises are required for his bowling to come back, or for his
Right.
batting to be better? So we focus not only on rehab but return to performance.
Okay.
So that is the key.
Got it. Coming to now the ODI match, which is India versus South Africa. So the two test matches were now followed by three ODIs. There's a बहुत कम time है for recovery. How would you say that, when this इतना कम time है, how from your perspective would your approach be towards the recovery there?
See, for me, recovery is all about basically rest. For me, the biggest recovery component is sleep. Sleep is the most important thing in recovery. If you say, if an athlete doesn't sleep for 8 to 9 hours, 8 to 10 hours, then his recovery is going to be lesser. So what we want is sleep has to be good. Of course, the additional factors of giving them off, not training them, what are the best, looking at their GPS data, which is now we have so many variables, like the Whoop variable or the watches or the GPS data, looking at their performance, looking at where they are at the moment, and in respect to fatigue. So then how to pull them down, get them back, take a step back, and then move 2 steps forward. That's how it is. So now they will be playing test matches before. So there will be 2 test matches back to back. And after the test matches, a few of the test players will be playing the ODIs. Not necessarily everybody is going to be playing. So few who are playing, we ensure that in between the test matches and one days, their recoveries are proper. They're not overtrained. But of course, they need to be in some touch so that they can come back, they can have the feel of the ball, or when they are bowling, if he's a bowler, he gets the feel of the wicket and the length. That's good enough. He doesn't need to overdo it. Simple as that. And the sleep is the key. Rest of the other factors like massage, ice baths, and so on and so forth, the clothing, the recovery clothings, these all are there, and which needs to be there. But we have to find a fine balance between training and rest.
Got it. Another question that I want to ask you is that, since test is a long format game, whereas ODI is like a very fast paced game, how does the recovery differ? Like, what kind of recovery would you suggest for a test and an ODI? Like,
see, test matches is a longer format, as we know. Relatively, if we ask, it's less taxing than an ODI match or a T20 match. ODI and T20 have a lot of power usage. So a lot of power, a lot of quickness required. Test match is an easy game. It's more skill-based game. But at the same time, if a bowler is bowling, if a fast bowler is bowling more than 30 overs a match, or 20 to 30 overs, he's going to be taxed. He needs to ensure that at the end of the day, he looks after his body. He does his routine of ice bath, massage, seeing a physio, and ensuring that he tick marks all the boxes and sleeps well. Again, as I said, sleep is the important factor. For me, the sleep is the most important factor. If they sleep well, they will recover well.
So, like, from a physiotherapist perspective, what would you suggest the ideal sleep duration? And if you were to say this time you should sleep, and this is the time ideally you should wake up?
See, yeah, I mean, if they can manage the timing, because test matches and ODIs are longer formats, and test matches especially, they're day test matches. They start their days early. So if you compare their routine to an IPL, it's much different. So they have to sleep well on time, and 8 to 9 hours of sleep specifically is much more important, which has been physiologically proven, and evidence is there about sleep.
Okay.
The quality of sleep is also important. So the quality of sleep these days, you've got those variables which will give you the what kind of a quality REM sleep. They should have a good 8-hour REM sleep, as they say. I mean, good deep sleep, which is called the REM sleep. Of course, I mean, it's impossible to have all 8 hours of deep REM sleep, but in between you do get into that deep sleep mode, and that's what helps you to recover the best. So yeah, 8 to 10 hours is specifically 8 to 9 hours is what you should be
Right.
sleeping.
Okay. So previously you mentioned that like ODI is it's more about power and endurance, considering the Indian weather conditions and South Africa's playing style. What would you want to say, like joints, muscle injuries? What is more at risk during this series?
See, cricket is a game of power, sport, running, and I mean, what injuries can happen when we don't know.
Right.
It's part and parcel of that beautiful game. So yes, I mean, there will be muscular injuries because there will be a lot of running. Possibly South Africa play long. The bowlers, and we may have to feel, because the wickets what we have in our conditions, possibly they will be batting wickets. Possibly, we don't know what kind of wickets where they are playing, depends on the conditions. But yes, some muscular strains and sprains are muscular strains and spasms or tightness or imbalances are expected. I don't expect much of a major injury per se. It's only the overuse thing and the fatigue related injuries which can be possible in this series.
Okay. Now asking you about, how does a recovery look for probably a batsman, a wicket keeper, a bowler? Because they have their jobs, they have to do it accordingly. A batsman is different, a wicket keeper is different, and a bowler is obviously different. They have their departments. So how would you suggest that the recovery for this person has to be in this manner?
Depends on how they have the day. If the day is like, if the batsman has had a long innings, then he needs to be looked after more. He ensures, we have to ensure that the recovery strategies what the support staff have devised are more focused on that particular batsman. So he's going to have a full body recovery. It's nothing that one specific part, because he's running, he's playing, he's using his upper body, he's using his lower body. So ice baths will be good, first of the things, to recover, looking at the temperature outside. That will be a quick recovery. Then again, their nutrition. Nutrition is most important again. As I said, sleep is there. The second will come the nutrition, because whatever calories you have burnt, or whatever energy expenditure you have had, it needs to be replaced. So your protein intake, your carbs intake has to be looked after. Your water intake, your electrolytes, not only the water, but the electrolytes. So ensure that the team is giving them those electrolyte drinks and energy drinks, whatever are required at that moment. Water, not overhydrating themselves, because overhydration is also not good these days. But optimal, when they are thirsty, they should drink. When they are tired, they should drink. And the fatigue could be lessened by doing strategies like massage, strategies like ice baths, strategies using the compression clothing for recovery. These are one of the very good factors. A few of them, like sauna. Sauna is a very good recovery mode again. So sauna bath is something which they should focus on. They can have some contrast bath. For a batsman, even if the bowler has had a long day, possibly he should, at the end of the day, see the massage therapist, do his routine, do the sauna ice, and then see a physio and be ready for the next day.
Okay. Now this question I've been actually dying to ask you. Like, there are so many moments, on the field where the physios are rushing because, the player he's facing something on the field, probably the shoulder or something, the lower body, something like that. But can you tell us, because no one better than you can say that, what happens in those moments, because the crowd is cheering for the team, and that athlete is like in pain. So what does that moment actually look like? What happens that
Yeah,
time?
it's a challenging moment for us first
Yeah.
of all, because the player wants to play and continue in the best possible way, and we have to take a quick decision. Like, can he continue first of all? Because if he is able to continue, so we of course follow there's an acronym which we follow. We call it as SALT apps. I mean, if you basically go and see first what's happened.
Right.
I mean, if you're, because as a physio, our duty is to, when we are on the sidelines, we're sitting in the dugout or in the dressing room, our focus is only on the game and seeing what's happening. So whoever gets injured, usually with experience, you learn that, okay, possibly this part is injured. So we go and check that particular part. How is that part? Is that part able to move actively, passively? What is the pain level? Only the athlete will let us know. The cricketer will let us know what is it. And once we get that, we will try and see to do some kind of a functional movement with him if he's able to do. If he is able to continue, then yes, we'll ask them to continue and play. We give them the best of supports possible. If, like a taping or a strapping can help them to see the day through or see the match through, we will help. Or some kind of a release, some kind of stretch, or some kind of soft tissue release, or some mobilization is going to help them quickly. We will try and do that. So it's a very quick decision what we have to do. We don't have much of a time. Of course, the pressure is there. And if the match is in such a situation where it is going to be a close match, then again it's much more pressure, much more, the situation is different there. But yeah, I mean, it's exciting and challenging. But yeah, that's the life of a physio.
But is there like any special memory or moment that has been in your mind since, because you've had experience over the lot of years actually? Is there any special moment?
Yeah, I mean, there have been quite a few of them. I mean, I can't really pinpoint that this is the
You
special
can share
moment.
all of them. We have no problem. We want to know how, because there's so many viewers, they want to know ki hota kya hai. Like, suppose like this has happened. Can you tell us what, like, any
See,
special memory?
ultimately, it's not only my decision. It's a combined decision with the player.
Right.
The player is at a different adrenaline at that time when they are playing there inside the field. They cannot feel the pain. They may not feel the pain. I mean, I've seen people with fractured hands or fractured toes. I mean, the biggest example is Rishabh recently. I mean, in the test match in England, he fractured his toe because of I was seeing it on the TV. I was not present on the field there. But when the ball landed on his toe, I understood this is the injury. I mean, because I have to keep on looking at him because he's with me when I'm with the Lucknow Super Giants. So he's our captain. So I have to keep a watch on him. What's happening. So I understood that it's going to be a fracture. But the way because he showed courage to come back. He showed the courage. He wanted to come back. And I knew that there will be some kind of a little bit of, I mean, if the fracture is not going to heal in 2 days, but he came on the second day again to bat. So that's his courage. That's his the way of showing that I am tough and I want to do it for my team. And similarly, as a physio, we want to do it for the team. We want to do it for the player. So we just go there and try to do the best we can and get them performing. And performance is the key, what we look after. Ultimately, everything, physio, trainer, SNC, coach, everybody's looking at their performance. And we are there basically to get their performance. So that's what it is. And yeah, so I mean, if you're coming back and asking me a memory, yeah, I mean, the biggest memory, one of the players had a lot of cramps in one of the India A series we had in Kenya, way back in 2004, if I'm not wrong, yes, where our great Mahendra Singh Dhoni was his first series with us in the Indian team then. And one of the guys, one of the players had a long cramp and he couldn't stand on the field. So I had to do something for it. So we literally had to give him drips, get him out of the field, give him drips, and get him back onto the field again. And he again went and batted, and we won the game.
Wow. I think that even listening to that is like giving me goosebumps right now. Okay, since again you have so much experience in this field, how do you see sports medicine evolve in the future?
See, it is already, I mean, I've been fortunate enough, been there long enough these days. I mean, it's been more than 20 years, around 25 years, I've been in this field of sports medicine and sports physiotherapy. And I have seen it grow, I've seen it evolve. Today, a lot of them, every physio who passes out wants to be a sports physio. And they want to work with cricket, they want to work with different sportsmen. It's a challenging job, and it's something on-field job. So, and it is evolving. And by the day, with the advent of technology, with the advent of AI, there's so much of it. A lot of research is required, which we are coming to. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of indigenous research in sports medicine and sports physiotherapy per se from India, but we're getting there. We're getting there. The things are starting. BCC has started a great center of excellence. We have a great center at Kokila Bindirubai Ambani Hospital. So we are collecting data. The data has to be analyzed. The data needs to be out there, analyzed, and again published, so that the people can, the younger physiotherapists, sports physios or sports SNCs or sports trainers, they will learn. They will learn and evolve and make the scenario of recovery and injury and rehab much better.
Okay, now since cricket is something that's close to your heart, obviously, from the upcoming ODI tournament, like, is there like any team combination or any balance that you're looking forward for this India versus South Africa ODI?
See, I'm not the right person to actually
But
tell.
you follow cricket, you watch cricket, it's
I mean,
close
yes,
to you.
Yeah, I do follow cricket. Everybody has an opinion.
Yeah.
I mean,
But I want to know your opinion.
I'll tell you an incident. Yesterday, this happened to me. I was at the airport. I was coming back, and me and my colleague were chatting about Lucknow. So the IPL retentions are coming closer.
Right.
So the person who was serving us had his opinion. Okay, Lucknow should retain this person and should release this person and this and that. I said everybody has an opinion. Now, for me, Indian team is doing really well. First of all, Indian team is one of the, it is the best team in the world at this moment. Because I've seen that grow. Personally, I'm proud to say that I've really seen the team. The Virats and the Rohits and the Shubmans and everybody. Mainly Virat and Rohit. They were under 17 when they started with me, under 17 and 19, and I'm seeing that culture of fitness, culture of sports science grow within them. They were so meticulous about it. The skills were always there with the cricketers. Right from Sunil Gavaskar sir days or Kapil Dev sir days. Before that, even from the great Vijay Merchants and the Vijay Hazares, and they've always the skills. Indians had great skills, no doubt about that. But in 90s, Australia dominated because they had fitness also. But then 2010s was supposed to be ours, and it has been ours since. Because the Dhonis, the Kohlis, and the Sharmas, and the Akshars and the Jadejas, they became fit. I'm proud to say when they won the Champions Trophy 2000, if I'm not wrong, 13, the last time they won. So in 2013, the Champions Trophy, in the 11, we had 5 best fielders in the world. 5 best fielders, you name it. There was Suresh Raina, there was Ravindra Jadeja, there was Rohit Sharma, there was Virat Kohli, there was, I'm forgetting one name, but Ambari Raidu, Raidu was there in that team. They have been great fielders. Dinesh Karthik was there, who is electric in the field, and he was a wicket keeper also because Dhoni was batting and Dhoni was keeping. So if the fielding standards have risen, means the fitness has really risen, has gone up there. And that's what makes the Indian team the best. So combination wise, whatever the selectors have selected, and they're giving the best of the chances. And hopefully, of course, South Africa is playing here. So we will be depending more on the spinners. We'll giving because that's our strength, and we should back our strength.
Indeed. Coming back to, you said fitness and all, does sports medicine also help in boosting performance?
Absolutely, sports medicine is all about performance. Sports medicine,
So could you
sports
give us a
physiotherapy.
brief, because many viewers don't know this, that sports medicine can be a crucial aspect to boost the
As I
performance.
said, sports medicine is a bigger umbrella. Sports medicine and science, it's a bigger umbrella. Under that comes a lot of things, like the sports physiotherapy is part of it. Sports psychology is part of it. Sports nutrition is part of it. Sports science, sports strength and conditioning is part of it. Sports biomechanics is part of it. So everything comes under that umbrella. So ultimately, all these sciences and medicine application is all meant for performance. Even when I just spoke earlier, when a player is injured, it's not only about getting him back from the injury, getting him back to what he was performing the best is the main important thing. So that's why all this multidisciplinary personnel helping them in there through these various aspects of a multidisciplinary team is to get them to their best, back performing best, not only recovering from the injury.
Okay, and lastly, I want to ask you that who, according to you, is the legend of Indian cricket?
That's simple. Sachin Tendulkar. There is nobody else that bigger than him.
You have any memory of watching his match or something? There are many, obviously, but that one, ऐसा तो होगा, एक memory
Fortunate enough to be working with him also. And nowadays also when we play the legends.
So you can give a match memory also, and you can give since you worked so closely.
I can tell you one match actually. Probably it was a West Zone match. It was a Duleep Trophy match. I was the physio for the West Zone side, and we had the full West Zone side there. Like Sachin was there, Vinod was there, Zahir was there, Ajit was there, Sairaj, Ramesh, your uncle, he was there. So all of them were there, and Rishikesh Kanitkar. So it was a full star-studded team, and we were playing a match against East Zone. And East Zone had Rohan there, my dear friend. So Rohan and so I believe, if I'm not wrong, Saurav was also there. So they had also full strength team. We had a full strength team, and the match was happening in Pune. And the legend comes. He had not done anything for 45 days. So the day before, he was the only one who wanted to practice. He only the one who batted, because the wicket was not great. To practice wicket was not great. So he batted for 45 minutes, 1 hour. Next day he gets in to play, and he and Vinod have a partnership of more than 200 runs or something. Wow. And this guy gets out on 198 or something. Right. And I said, it was a treat to watch him bat, and it is always a treat to watch him bat. That's the live memory I have, one of the live memories. Always whenever we were there for the zonal or the India sides or something. And my favorite of his innings was the Sharjah Storm, which we watched on TV, all of us. I don't know if you were born then, but but it's a big memory because he had played 2 different matches, and back to back he had 200s there in an ODI, and he whacked the Australians out of the park. It was too good. That was seeing those pictures, seeing that innings again gets me goosebumps.
Listening to this again, I'm getting goosebumps. I think in this one-on-one conversation, we learned a lot of things. Sports medicine, because of your expertise, there are so many moments that I was not born, but I know now, because Sachin Tendulkar himself, he's a big legend for our country, for the world actually. But thank you so much. I think this conversation has taught me quite a lot, as well as the viewers. So thank you once again.
All the very best. Thank you so much.
So it was truly fascinating to see the backside of what an athlete goes through, the challenges, the dedication, the recovery that it takes for them to stay up to their game. And honestly, as cricket fans, we obviously love the game and the passion, the energy that the players carry. This time we saw a whole new side of what player experiences beyond the boundary. Thank you so much for our audience for tuning in, and our next episode will be out soon. Until then, keep catching up with Kiara.